Welcome, everyone. You are listening to and perhaps watching a very special edition of Calling the Audible. This is our last Hall of Fame induction for the 6 names remaining. For the 6 of the top 10 guys, this is your last chance to get in. Of course, there's nothing you can do because the vote's already been completed and this was recorded several days ago. So we can't take the bribe. We would have, for next year. we'll just superimpose your voice over mine, sing the name. All right, we're getting right to it. Number 5, Rod Mashtub.
6 times All-Star, 1 time Tour Player of the Year, 2 times Quarterback of the Year, 1 time Receiver of the Year, and a championship.
He finished 5th, obviously, with 6.67% of overall, including being 4th place in staff voting, 4th place in Hall of Fame voting, and 2nd place in community voting. So definitely up there across all aspects of FPF.
So Rod Mashtub is one of the more interesting inductees because, in my opinion, we haven't even seen how good he can be. He's still not finished improving, and that's how good he is. Yeah. Just ridiculous on defense, great receiver. He's become a Division One, a staple in Division One as a quarterback, with arguably one of the weaker rosters, no one of the top 3 rosters, say, in Division One. That's not knocking a team. It's just the teams that have been the top 3 forever are there for a reason. He's in that next tier with his team. Wasn't in that next tier, but the way he's played, and he showed it early on in his Division One tenure by beating the finest. That was a huge notch in his belt. I think that's where everyone really starts to take notice. He has an interesting style. He is one of the most pleasant people to speak to off the field. There's not a more humble superstar in FPF. He's a nice. I'm sure he's going to be weirdly shocked by the fact that he got in on the first ballot. But honestly, man, it's so deserving. The dude is just a monster talent across the board.
To me, Rod Mashtub is the equivalent of the American dream to FPF, where most of us, Ego, myself, Peas, remember Rod Mashtub when he first started in FPF. I remember playing against him. Was not like he wasn't the one name on the team that I would hate to play against. He struggled early on in the season.
He had a reputation for being a subpar quarterback. When I first started FPF,
he took a lot of shots. He was playing a similar way to he's playing now, where now if you look at Div 1, he probably has the best ball on the run. He throws an absolute dart. His arm is amazing. Back then, he was trying the same things, but he wasn't as accurate. And he wasn't the best quarterback in his division. He's moved up from what was Division 4 back then.
One of the few guys who's been a better Division 1 quarterback than Division 5 quarterback.
Yeah. Well, so he moved up along the line. He's now a Division 1 quarterback, probably one of the best ones in FPF altogether.
Now definitely in FPF history.
Yeah, he's a great player all around. Great receiver, great DB, great quarterback. The triple threat as a whole, he's an amazing guy too,
quadruple threat.
So I'm going to read you a stat line here. Besides the seasons he subbed at the beginning, he actually took over of quarterback at the Monstars in winter 2014. So 34 touchdowns, 19 INTs. That's not good. 47.5% completion rate. That's not good. 74.7 QBR.
Yeah, it's very run-of-the-mill.
Okay. 1 season later, Monstars again. 46 TDs, 11 INTs, way better. 61% completion rate, way better. 105 QBR. So his climb, and then from that point onwards, the numbers are astronomical at that point. TDs go up, INTs go down, QBR goes up, percentage goes up. His climb has been astronomical. And so as much as you can say he was a powerhouse on defense because of his size and athleticism, it's his quarterback skill that not only has he been able to use his strength to kind of drive the ball downfield, but his ability to read the field and understand the game at a higher level and be able to compete at that upper division where you have to put the ball in that exact spot or it gets intercepted. It's been amazing to watch.
Honestly, that's to me the greatest compliment we can pay to Rod Mashtub is how much time we spent talking about him as a quarterback when that's his second best position, and he gets in as a quarterback on merit into the Hall of Fame, but definitely as a DB because the guy has been an absolute physical freak. For like the one thing I will say where he wasn't a dominant quarterback, he was always a dominant defender.
Yep.
So we talked about this with Ryan Aridi and Jad Aridi. Do you think his brother Sam Mashtup has a chance to get into Hall of Fame?
I mean, I don't know why we're talking about him. I think Sam has all the skill in the world, and it's just a question of whether or not he sticks around long enough, because he's a very, very talented player. I've coached him.
Do you think
in
Rod
15.
can carry him in with his quarterback skill?
I think playing on more teams where he can actually be the number one guy will help
I
him.
think Rod can make anybody on his team look good.
But the problem is there's
They
so many weapons that
He would make us look good.
I mean,
That's
I
how
don't
good
know.
he is.
I have mirrors.
He did sub for lockdown way back then, so it wasn't very good.
That said, again, I don't know why we spend so much time talking about things that aren't Rod Mashtub, but the big Rod in the Hall of Fame. Congratulations,
Congratulations,
Rod Mashtub. You are the 5th and final inductee to the 2019 FPF Hall of Fame class.